Hey you, I just discovered the best dewy foundation for all skin types, including my super oily skin type. What up? Welcome to my channel. I'm Maryam, and in today's video, I am going to be talking about the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation that I think is the best medium to full coverage dewy foundation for all skin types, including mine, oily AF. Now, this is a product that has been around for some time, but I had just recently discovered it. I had actually been on the hunt for a good dewy foundation for quite some time. I had been testing out so many different types of foundations with this type of finish, only to have tragic wear test time after time and after time again. So I've come to a point where I had almost given up on this search until one day I was talking to someone who's completely outside of the beauty industry, and she was telling me about this dewy foundation that her and her best friend love, and they happen to be different skin types. She is dry, her best friend is oily and acne prone. Once I heard that, my light bulbs were like going off. I was so excited. And then when I found out that it was this Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation, I was even more excited because I currently have a partnership with Josie Maran. So for me, it was like, I gotta try this foundation. I gotta figure out if it's good. And if it is, I am so thrilled to be able to share it with the world. So today I am doing just that. I had been trying this foundation for almost 2 months now, you guys, and I am convinced that this is the one. Obviously, don't take my word for it. Watch until the end for that wear test, for that final verdict. But let me tell you, it's not every day that you get to talk about a product that you love and you're also in a partnership with this brand. So to me, it's a win-win situation. I am so excited and so happy. Without further ado, let's get into this video. I'm going to show you why this Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation is the best dewy foundation, not just for me, but also for all of you. Remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see all of my Wednesdays and Sundays videos. And now let's hit it. All right, and now on to the product. We have Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil Foundation Fluid. That is the official name. This is a $45 foundation. However, some shades are currently on sale for $34 at Sephora. Now, this product is formulated with 100% pure argan oil. So this is the reason why it actually works not just for oily skin types, not just for normal skin types, but also for my oily AF skin type, because argan oil is one of those unique types of products. The acids in argan oil actually help to balance out the oils in your skin. So it's an amazing ingredient, not just for the skin, but also for the hair. A lot of people know about it, and a lot of people have been raving about this foundation. I'm just like a little bit late to discover it. I can't believe I just recently discovered this product maybe 2 months ago. Where have I been? Anyway, so this is a medium to full coverage foundation. It's also a skincare foundation, like I mentioned before, that gives you vibrant, glowing, dewy skin. So up until right now, I had been on just the most extensive search for a dewy foundation that would work for my oily skin type, and I've had trouble. I mean, just go back to my previous foundation reviews. I've tested so many foundations, so many claims, and unfortunately the wear tests were just tragic, you know? But this product I'm well familiar with. I have been testing it for a couple of months now, and I'm so excited to share my findings with you guys. Clean ingredients, Allure Award winner for 2019, is formulated for normal or dry skin, but also works on oily skin. Breathable, lightweight formula. Let's apply it to our face. So first and foremost, I am going to be priming, as I always do. This is a fuller coverage foundation, so I definitely need to, you know, even out my texture, definitely need to smooth out some of these acne scars. So I'm gonna use my Essence Tinted Primer that I've been raving about in many of my videos. Ooh, squeezed out way too much. I haven't actually tried this foundation without primer, but generally speaking, I don't wear foundations without a primer. And because this isn't a tinted moisturizer type of product, I think a primer is a must. Anyway, I already moisturized my skin prior to my makeup application. Were you guys noticing? I'm testing out yet another brow shape and style. All right, primer is on, and now let's get it on. Did I mention the packaging is so cute too? 1 fluid ounce. This foundation needs to be shaken, but I like to not just shake it, I also like to actually open it up and stir it. kind of like that, just to get everything mixed very well in there. The shade that I'm using today is Adventurous / G55. G stands for golden undertone, but they also have rosy undertones, and they also have the neutral undertone, which is RG for rose gold. Get it? So I'm gonna start out with just a little bit of product, one on each side of the face. I'm gonna use my Laura Lee Los Angeles L11 brush. I'm just gonna glide this foundation onto my skin surface. Now, off the bat, you can notice how easily it covers and perfects my complexion. Also minimizes the appearance of my dark spots over here, and just really makes everything look very, very smooth and very healthy. Radiant is the word that I would use to describe it. Also, I will say that application with this foundation is absolutely effortless. It just glides onto the skin. It does not cling to any dry patches or any imperfections. It doesn't highlight the pores. It doesn't highlight any texture. In fact, it's very smoothing and very forgiving on texture, especially on my porous zones here. And it just looks incredibly dewy, but not cakey, healthy, fresh, modern, not heavy, but yet it covers everything. Now, if your skin is already on the good side, kind of like how my forehead is most of the time on the good side, you could really appreciate the texture and the finish of this foundation. It just looks so luminous, but so not greasy and so not oily. It's exactly how you want a dewy foundation to appear. It's how you want that dewy skin finish to look after you had just applied it on. So I will say that this initial application feels very, very satisfying to me. I literally applied a very sheer layer onto each part of my face. And I feel like even though I'm breaking out, I don't really need much more coverage. Although this is a medium to full, I would say on me, this is a fuller wearing foundation, but you could definitely sheer it out, and it also blends out really easily with the rest of your skin. This shade G55 Adventurous, I would say, is the perfect match to my winter skin tone. But when I first started testing out this foundation, I would use the shade Fearless and add 1 drop to, say, 3 drops of this foundation, just to give it a little bit more of a tint. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna add some concealer, some powder, full face, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like up close. So for my concealer today, I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape just to brighten certain areas. I mean, looking at myself in my mirror and in my monitor, I am looking pretty darn flawless. Very dewy, exactly what I was looking for. Just radiant and glowing, and I'm so here for that. Why do I have cat hair in literally both of my eyes right now? All right, for powder, I'm gonna use my One Size translucent setting powder, just a little bit, because I still wanna feel and see the dew. I don't wanna cover up the dew. I don't wanna be too matte, because the whole point of this video is to show you that I found a dewy foundation that works for my oily AF skin. So I'm not gonna mess it up. No. Only thing I'm gonna do is set my concealer and also the nostril area. I'm gonna set in between my brows and just like a little bit above the brows, center of the forehead, and also the chin. Then I'm gonna use whatever's remaining in this cap right here, which really isn't much, but it's perfect for what I'm going for. And I'm just gonna lightly dust that across my forehead and along my jaw, just like that. Now for my bronzer, I'm gonna use this Laura Mercier Candlelight Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder. I used this one in my previous video, and I really like the way that it works with that dewy skin finish. It's not too much, doesn't feel powdery or cakey, and it still gives that nice lit from within glow. Just gonna hug underneath my cheekbone. I'm gonna hug my jawline, and that's it. For my blush, let's use Fenty Rosé Latte Cream Blush. Grabbed a lot. I grabbed a lot, but both of these products are just so good that they're absolutely not disrupting each other. The blush is not disrupting the foundation, and the foundation is not mixing in with the blush. That's how you know when products are formulated well. For my highlighter, I'm gonna use another Josie product, and this one is actually the first Josie product that I've ever used when I was like, I don't know, 19 maybe. This is the Josie Maran Argan Enlightenment Illuminizer. I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit onto the back of my hand. Add a smidge of that to the top of my cheekbone and around my temple area. Again, another super dewy, flattering formula that does not disrupt any makeup underneath it. In fact, it just adds to it, but a little bit goes a long way with this product. I'm gonna add a pinch more blush on top of it. A little bit more of that Candlelight glow. And we are essentially done with the skin. All right, so now in my typical fashion, I'm gonna show you a close-up of what everything looks like with my phone camera. So here we go. Zooming in really closely into the skin. Everything is looking very, very, very dewy and pretty. As you can see, my pores do not look maximized. In fact, they look minimized. My forehead looks really, really clean and pretty. So overall, I am super satisfied. The lighting though. Whew. All right, so now let's quickly move on to finish up the rest of my face. Going for a quick wing. All right, now switching my liners to something a little bit more precise. This is HAUS Labs Micro Tip Eye Lie Ner. And what I'm gonna do next is create the second wing, going back kind of along my crease, but much higher than my crease, because if I put it right in my crease, you won't see it at all. So I gotta cheat the system a little bit. All right, eyes are complete. I'm gonna curl my top lashes once. There's cat hair in my lash curler. Curl my lower lashes several times. I'm gonna use my Maison Collagen Curling Fix Mascara that I love so much. By the way, I just found this same mascara on Amazon for like a couple bucks more expensive. But the cool thing is that you absolutely don't need to shop from Yes Style and wait a month for it to arrive. You can actually get it on Amazon if you're impatient. It costs more like $8 or $9 as opposed to like $5 or $6. But I think it's worth it. Just an FYI, links below. Also, I've never really mentioned this verbally in any of my videos because it's something that is written in the description, but the links that I have for each of the products that I use are actually some of my affiliate links. You're not obligated to use them whatsoever. However, if you do want to support my channel and you want to buy from those links, know that I get a very, very small commission from the products that you purchase by using those links. But no pressure at all. Don't feel like you have to. All right, adding some of that good old mascara to my lower lashes. Everyone who has gone out and purchased this mascara after my recommendation has been loving it. I've gotten so many messages and DMs on Instagram specifically about this product and how amazing and lightweight and great it is for shorter lashes like mine. I'm thinking I actually want just a little bit more of a highlighter just because I'm feeling the whole dewy vibe and I just want to be a little bit more glowing, you know? So I'm going to use this Artist Couture Static John highlighter, Addicted to Light, and I'm going to add that right on top of the Josie highlighter, but like literally only in the center of my cheek, and then kind of just swish that back, just like that. It adds to the dew. For the lips, let's go with this Makeup by Mario lip palette. I'm gonna go for the shade here. And kind of just stain my lips with that. I feel like that's good. That was enough. Ah, and one more thing that I'm gonna add is my Mirage Liquid Fairy Lights from my collab with PIXI. This is from my day kit. Boom, that's me in the back. Still available at Target or on pixibeauty.com. I'm gonna add just a little bit of that to the center of this lid, kind of in between these two shapes that I created. Gonna let that sit there for a sec, and then I'm gonna blend that out with my finger just to spread the glitter evenly while still concentrating on the very center of the lid. I just want that little bit of light and that little bit of pop, just like that. And then whatever's remaining on my finger, I'm gonna add that to the inner corner, which is not a lot, just enough. And that is the look, you guys. So now I'm just gonna add my earrings, because you know, I'm feeling a little cute. And in my typical fashion, I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror and also in my monitor, and I am going to judge my face. I'm gonna judge my skin, I'm gonna judge my makeup, and tell you exactly how I feel about it right now. Looking at my skin, it looks exactly how I want it to look. It looks very fresh, it looks very dewy. My foundation does not look cakey, it doesn't look heavy. It looks like my skin, but better. Everything is covered up but you could still see my freckles and you could still see the parts that I want highlighted, such as the healthy parts of my skin, especially in these areas here. Nothing is clinging to any of my imperfections, and overall I will say I really like this look. I think it's very current, it's very modern. I wish I had somewhere to go, but I don't. However, I will be doing a wear test. So now, without further ado, I think it's time to cue in some of that good old time warping music. Not just so that I can tell you how great of a foundation this is, so I could show you how well it wears and so you can see for yourself. I'm back in the filming room with a 6-hour wear test. Let's observe the skin and all sides of the face. Let's start right here with this side of the face, which is usually one of my problematic areas. Here is where you may recall I had some acne breakouts, I had some spots, some acne scars, and as you can tell, I'm even gonna kind of shift my face to the light so you can see how dewy, natural, and normal my skin looks after 6 hours of wearing the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. I am so pleased. I like the fact that my skin looks very good. Granted, my skin isn't perfect, but the foundation has worn so well on this side of the face. You could still see my blush, you could still see my highlighter, it's beaming. My forehead is looking so fresh and so clean. This side of the face looks amazing as well. This right here is an acne scar that I had from some pimples, which you can still kind of see. You know, the foundation has shifted a bit from this area, but overall, you guys, this is an amazing wear test. I told you so. I told you. I've been testing this foundation for the past couple of months and I am absolutely in love with the way that it makes my skin look. Now this is a dewy, medium to full coverage foundation that actually wears well on my super oily AF skin. That to me was unheard of until I tried this foundation, and the fact that it also works for normal skin, for dry skin, for mature skin is like a miracle. I feel like this foundation was way ahead of its time. At the time when this launched, it was competing against all of those full coverage matte foundations because that's what was in style back then, and so I feel like I might have mislooked it just because of that reason. But today, this is exactly what I'm reaching for. This is the kind of finish that I want. I want to look like myself, but better. I want my skin to look healthy and glowy, and I feel like with this product I am able to achieve that. That is my story. That is my verdict. I am sticking to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. I am going to zoom on out so that you can check out my next 2 videos. One that you may like and my most recent video in case you haven't watched it. Click it. I love you guys. Mwah!